Hello students, welcome back. So here, whatever the administrative town and temple town and the small towns and the trading centers, so those we had learnt. So now it is a closer look to the Hampi, Masli and Surat. Now let's focus on the Hampi. So how the structure, architecture, how it is that, just focus now. So Hampi is located in a Krishna and Tungabhadra basin. Okay, so it is in Karnataka, which is formed in a nucleus of Vijayanagara Empire and founded in 1336. So the magnificent ruin at the Hampi reveals a well fortified city. So here it is very important city during the time. So the foreigners who have visited to these places, so they were fascinated about this, and they explained and they written in their books that during the time this was the wealthiest state. This was the wealthiest state of the world, like that they were explaining this one. So the construction of this and technique, whatever they use, that interlocking system of the bricks or the rocks, this was fantastic. So that's why still we could see that the construction of the basement and construction of other ideas can be seen still today. So this is structure how they have done this one. Though architecture of Hampi was distinctive. So the building was royal complex and splendid arcs, domes and pillared hall. So these are all the major concept. So how the structure, still we could see that the major what is that, niches, we are going to say that niches for the sculptures. So holding that, how to be that one seminar hall and where they were gathering for the meeting, those we could see that the halls and all, everything it still witnessed that. So this was well planned, okay, and also with the gardens, surrounded areas, it is also planned. And majorly it was in a 15th century they have constructed this one, and majorly the commercial and cultural activities have held here in these places. So Muslim merchants, chettis and agent of European traders. So although during the time of the Vijayanagara, the European people, okay, so 1498 Vasco da Gama entered to India with the sea route. So by the time this Vijayanagara was ruling, okay, so Krishnadeva Raya was one of the greatest king. So they had a contact with these European countries, okay, the Portuguese, and like that it's go on. So temples were built is above the cultural activities. Hub means this is one of the center place where the people are going to be joined for the celebration. So here Devadasi, it's called as temple dancer, performed dance, okay, before the deity. So there was a hall. You could see that if you visit to the Hampi, there is a temple, Virupaksha temple. So there you could see that how the structure and how the dances has to be the platform for the dancer, and where the king has to be sit, and where the audience are going to be sit for enjoy this one. Everything it's settled there. And also it's known for the what is that, Navaratri. In presently we are celebrating Navaratri. So that is one of the center where it is started actually. So that the same Vijayanagara tradition what it is done, that it is followed by us. And also be in Mysore, Vadayas also we continued the same, the Dasara festival, Navaratri festival, that same it is Mahanavami we are going to call that is still it is following this one. So here the another thing is about that Mahanavami platform, it's going to be called that the king, the king receives the guest and accept the tribute from the subordinate chiefs. So this is one of the major thing what it is respected for everyone, okay. The chief from here also we watch the dance and music performance, wrestling, these are all the things can be done in this one. So these are all the major aspects the Hampi had. But later some of the Deccan sultans and some of the what is that, Bahmani kingdom, we can say that, those are all that Shahi families, they defeated the Hampi. Okay, so there were four dynasties which come that during the Vijayanagara Empire. So those destroyed. Aravidu was the last one. So killed the earlier Ramaraya. Then afterwards they continued this one. Vijayanagara is destroyed. So in 1565. Okay. So now next one is the gateway of West, that is Surat. So whatever we are discussing now, just they had during the time they had in a peak level. Later they have destroyed their power, or they lost their power. So Surat, it's in Gujarat. Okay, so it is known as the gateway of West. So here emporium, it was emporium means a place where goods from diverse production center as a bought and sold. So they were bringing here and they were selling here. This was a center, emporium of Western trade during the Mughal period, along with the Cambay. So presently combat. So somewhat later, Ahmedabad, it was one of the important place. Surat was gateway of the trade of the West Asia via Gulf of Hormuz. So Surat has also been called as the gateway to Mecca, because many pilgrims who are going to the Mecca, they were passing through this port only. So here the another thing is about the people. Okay, so all castes and creeds lived here, because it's one of the trading center. No matter about the caste and the creeds, so just they were living there as per their wealth. So in the 17th century, the Portuguese, Dutch and English had their factories and warehouses at Surat, because it was one of the center there, and whatever the ships carrying the products, everything there, so they were lifting up and they were selling back to them. So in this manner, so they made the factories and the warehouses. Warehouses means where they were storing the goods or the raw materials. So according to the English chronicler Wovington, who wrote an account of the port in 1689, on average 100 ships of different countries, remember 100 ships of different countries could be found anchored at the port at any given time. So this is so very important thing. So that 100 ship during the time only. So that how the Surat was center of, or it was a gateway to the west. So there were also several the wholesale shops also selling the cotton textiles, and the textiles of the Surat, it's very famous. Okay, because the gold lace border, the zari, we are going to say that if you see that what is a dhoti or saris, okay, so there is a border, that is zari, we are going to call that. This was a gold lace, by using the real gold only they were making this one. That's why it is very famous. Had a market in West Asia, Africa and Europe. So Surat cotton textile means it was very famous during the time. The state built numerous rest houses to take care of the needed people from the all over the world who came to the city. Okay, rest houses means presently we are going to call restaurants, hotels, like that. They were made this one. So here numerous pleasure parks also be done, and Kathiawar, Seth or Mahajan, money exchange. Mahajan means money exchanger. So had a huge banking system. Who are the Kathiawar, Seths or Mahajans? So they were money exchangers. So from other countries to these countries, they were exchanging the like banking system, the loan they were providing, or they were exchanging the money like that. So here one of the noteworthy thing is that Surat hundis were honored. So for the what is that, the far off markets of Cairo in Egypt, Basra in Iraq and Antwerp in Belgium. So here hundi means it is recording the deposit made by the person. So who is going to be deposited, so that was being recorded, so that is amount can be claimed later. So this was one of the thing, Surat hundis were honored. So however, Surat began to decline towards the end of the in the 17th century, because what are the reasons? The factories and the loss of the market and productivity which was done that, and also the decline of the Mughal empire and the control of the sea route by the Portuguese, and they were not allowing the other Europeans to trade there. So this was the some of the reason. And also be Bombay, so that was constructed by the East India Company, English East India Company. Presently we are calling as Mumbai. So this made the center of that. Okay, so that's why this place in 1668. Okay, so that in East India Company shifted, English East India Company shifted their headquarters to Bombay. So that's why the Surat lost their commercial central value. But later the community or the people who are living there, so they started to live in those places. Next one is fishing in troubled water, that is Masalipatnam. Masali means Machli means fish fort town, it's going to be called in the literary. So it was in a delta of the Krishna river. Okay, so it is one of the important place in southern. So in the 17th century it was reached to the peak. The both Dutch and English East India Companies attempted to control the Masalipatnam as became the most important. So they both had a competition between each other. Because of that, this particular place became the most important port in Andhra coast, in Andhra Pradesh. So the port Masalipatnam was built by the Dutch. Okay, that's why they were getting the more prominent in this place. So Qutub Shahi ruler of the Golconda, so that I already said no that Bahmani kingdom. So he is one of the family of that five families will come, that five Shahi families we are going to call this. So one of the Shahi family, Qutub Shahi rulers of the Golconda. So that is in Andhra Pradesh. So they took the more prominence there. So they sell the textiles, spices and other items of the whichever is locally famous and demanded in the European countries. So that's they were making, selling here. So various East India companies also be formed, Dutch East India Company, French East India Company, English East India Company, and like that they have formed. So based on that they started to continue that. And also be the various competition among the trader groups also be started. The Golconda nobles, Persian merchants, Telugu, Komati, Chettis and European traders, they made the cities as populous and prosperous. So here the governor Mir Jumla, who was a merchant, began to play off the Dutch and English against each other. So in 1686 to 87, the European Emperor Aurangzeb occupied this Golconda, and the control of that everything has been transferred to the Dutch and English. Okay, so this is when it is the Aurangzeb is occupied this particular place, so then he was not easily allowed them to trade there. So this is one of the cause European companies look for the alternative. So then the new policies of the English East India Company, that was not enough if the port has connection with the production center and hinterland. So the company's traded center, it was should felt the combined political and another center they were finding that. So in this manner the Bombay, Kolkata, presently Kolkata and Madras, so that was in presently Chennai, so they became the more prominent places in India by the English they found it. So that Masalipatnam lost the power of that. Okay, so this is in the 18th century it was take places. So here how it is the important towns reached to the peak, and then afterwards how it has been reached to the lost their power there, and that was we have learned this one. So now here new towns and traders. So in 16th and 17th century, this is mainly in a medieval period, the European companies were attracted for the searching of the which one spices and textiles. So the popular both in Europe and West Asia. So majorly English, Dutch, and French formed East India Company. Okay, so only three European countries formed this one, but Portuguese did not form this East India Company because just they were focusing on few places, and then they were just exporting the products to their countries, Portuguese. But other countries, they were very demanded in that, with the profit purpose they were making that. In this manner they formed the East India Company, and they controlled about the complete India, okay, in these places. So and also be Indian traders like Mullah Abdul Ghaffar and Virji Vora, who owned a large number of ships. Okay, so that was one of the competitions to the these European countries, and European companies used their naval power to gain the control about the sea route. Okay, before that Indian traders were supplying everything that. So when English and others were utilized the opportunities, then they most successful in commercial and political power also, and about the subcontinent, then automatically they increase their naval power, and they move on to this one. So these Indian owned ships were not be used later. So then afterwards, the demand for the goods like textiles led to be the great expansion of the craft, such as spinning, weaving, bleaching, dyeing. So some of more people were taking for them, but Indian textile designs became increasing refined. So afterwards, what they had done that these English people or European people had a contract with between the English and the common people. Okay, so when they have done this contract between, so they were asking them to weave the clothes which is already promised to the European agents. So like that they are making. Weavers no longer had to liberty to sell their own clothes. They need to be sold to the whom they have agreement. Okay, this was the thing they were doing that. So representatives reproduce the designs and supply to them by the company agents only. This is the thing, the fate why the Indian major the traditional weaving system was collapsed. Okay, so then the factories, textile factories rises. Okay, so when the textile factories rises, the new tons also be uh, formed that. So then we could see that in 18th century the rise of Bombay, Calcutta, Madras. So those were still is a prominent cities. Okay, so the craft person and commerce underwent major changes as a merchant and artisans, such as weavers. So the black towns established by the European companies within new cities. The blacks means the native traders. So what is that? The native traders lost their employment, lost their work, and whatever the products they are preparing, that the people are not ready to purchase it. That why? Because the weavers are the expenditures and purchasing everything they were making, that the cost of the Indian made products are costlier or higher than the factory made or European made. So Europeans, what they were doing, that they were purchasing the raw material of that, and they were preparing the factory materials. So this ready-made cloths were influenced, or it was black mark on the Indian weavers. So then white rulers such as European people occupied the superior residency in the Fort St. George in Madras or Fort St. William in Kolkata. So these are all they occupied the most of the places. Then residency also be increases. The people started to be settled in India when after the 18th century. So this was the reason why these Indians struggle a lot. So you could see that one of the picture has been given, that the street picture in Bombay. So this is in the 19th century it was like this. So usually these are all the buildings we have seen that is constructed by the British, the new style of the construction of the houses done by that. So the other peoples, those who are, you can see that they were bringing the things, and they were standing for there to carry the white people, like that the rich people they were using that. This is the thing they were doing this. So this is the end of the lesson, that is the town traders and craft persons. So in the next video we are going to discuss the another video. Thank you children.